Back, everybody. Welcome back, boys and girls, my crypto family, my friends. I hope you guys are doing all right. It's been a little while, huh? So yeah, my apologies for this troubles with the internet service provider stuff that you just yeah, sometimes you just have to deal with it, and yeah, those guys they don't often operate quite quickly. In all fairness, we were not too pleased with that, but yeah, what more can you do? On the positive note, of course, Bitcoin only has been going a little bit sideways downwards, just like we said in the last stream that I made. So basically, all in all, not a big loss. And we are ready right now to analyze and to see if we can set some new ranges, some new targets, and try to get a grip on this market. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? This is the question that we are asking right now. And if you want to know the answer, then I suggest you just sit back, grab a drink. For me, it's going to be water. And let's dive right into. All right. So, first things first, let's look at the chart the way we are seeing it right here. Okay, so the upper area got rejected on a bearish divergence, pressure down, of course. Then we have some pressure to the upside, actually rejecting the yellow box that we have still from the last stream over here, and this shows us a bearish divergence with this local low over here. So potentially there is a bullish a bullish divergence present, but it's not yet confirmed. It's more or less a little bit confirmed because over here we do have our local high that got broken by a higher high, and on the RSI, same thing, we do have a higher high, which is a good thing. So potentially continuation to the upside. Now, on a first glance, I would still expect the price to come down a little bit because, nothing goes straight up. And if it would, then of course we're gonna have to break this local high together with this local high on the RSI. So it is potentially possible, but this is your first range that you want to keep your eyes on. Then if price does come down, if we are going a little bit for a search of the lows, then potentially I would be looking at number one, this local low over here, and of course the other one right over here, making that second bullish divergence, which usually is a strong confirmation. And this is where if we see this getting rejected, this is where you should think about grabbing a long position. Of course, if price just breaks down and keeps on going, then yeah, all goes to hell, and potentially we are just gonna see a lower high followed by yada yada yada, a series of lower lows. Now guys, before we continue, I would like to remind you to please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. This will make sure that number one, you inform the YouTube algorithm that you enjoy this content, and we're trying to grow the channel and also give a little bit of heat to my heart. And when you subscribe and hit the bell notification, then you will be able to get the notifications about when my stream is due, because next week I will be working on Tuesday and Thursday. Potentially it is possible that the stream is going to be a little bit later, but if you have the bell notification on, then you can see exactly when I am planning or scheduling to do the stream. So that's a good thing, right? So don't forget, subscribe, bell notification, and hit the likes, guys. Thank you very much. So like I was saying, on the way down, if by any chance we get a lower low on the RSI and the price action, this is where we can confirm that a downtrend has been initiated, and then of course, yeah, there are going to be some bounces, and on the way up, this would be your opportunity to short. Okay, so wait for the confirmation, and on the way up, only on the way up, you short at one of the resistance areas that you can find either by drawing your horizontal lines or by looking at the volume profile, which also is a good helping tool to let you see where potential resistance and support areas could be coming up. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I said that right. Cool. Awesome. So let's start with the analysis right now. So we know a little bit what we are looking for and what we are expecting, also why we are looking for these things. So now is the time to do a little bit of whatchamacallit, indicator magic, and let's come up with some ranges that we want to keep our eyes on. So over here we have on the RSI we have 74.5. So let's fill it out in the reverse calculator, and this gives us a 58,650. So we're gonna bring, whoopsie, we're gonna bring this down, down. 5800, 58,650. Okay, something like this. That's good enough. And this also. There we go. Okay, so quite some range, and what I see is that actually there is this big volume node that could be causing trouble. So yeah, nothing is won and nothing is lost just yet. Let's not tear down the house too soon, but you know, you have to be prepared, and as you know, that's what we're doing. We're looking at all the potential ranges, and then we go from there, one step at a time, level by level, as you remember. Now, over here, this local low over here is sitting at 43.3 on the RSI. So what does this give us? 43.3, that would be 56,550. So a little bit of a range. Okay, good. And we're gonna make another boxy box area, just like this. 56,565. Let's say 570. You know, it doesn't have to be exact on the penny. Most important is that we see that there is quite some range where the price could be bouncing off of. And we're going to make this one yellow because we like the color yellow. And maybe also a horizontal ray so that you see exactly where where the range goes with the label here on the side. So yeah, let's do it like this so you have a little bit more screen real estate. And yeah, next area, that would be this one over here, 26.8 and 25.6. So let's do 26.5 just to give it a little bit of a an average. 26.5. This gives us 54,000. So yeah, this is where we start having quite some range. Okay. So 54,029. Oh, let's do 50. There we go. and another horizontal ray. 50. Yep, good. What color should we give this? I think I want to make it red as well because it's a crucial area, just like the upper one. Okay, now, what do we notice? What do we notice? Number one, potentially just touching and rejecting this yellow zone here would be a nice and strong signal. Potentially, if we break above, I would wait for making a new higher high to wait for a confirmation. But if you want to take a little short and just play the short range, you could do it if the yellow box gets rejected and we see a closing above the yellow box. It's going to go up, but remember to take some profit at the very least, okay? Now, rejecting the red zone, rejecting the upper red zone, potentially going down for lower lows, okay? Now, if we reject this red zone, there is going to be at least a bounce over here at 58,000. So maybe you just want to wait for that bounce to happen and then jump in on the short on the upside, because there's two reasons. I will show you why. If we reject this area like this, it comes down and we get in here at the 58,600, then this local high here could be used as a stop loss. So it's a very easy position to risk manage. Maybe you can set it a little bit higher because you don't want to be liquidated by liquidation hunts or liquidity hunts. But, you know, either way, this would be a nice risk manageable position. And then on the way down, feel free to just ride it at least all the way to the edge of the trend line over here. And then we're just going to have to see what we see in the chart after that. Remember, we are day trading. We're not long-term hodlers. We go level by level, and we will always keep doing that. Now, on the way down, imagine that right now, price is just going down, then breaking the yellow zone. Of course, we are expecting to come down to the red zone, and maybe, if we zoom out, we can see a little bit of hope. Well, you know, there is quite some volume still, but it gets more and more shallow. Okay, so I would wait at the very least in that case for a bounce and maybe even a retest of the low area, because we're going to be sitting under this large volume node over here, which is for the very least going to give a little bit of resistance, because as you know, support turns easily into resistance, and you know, it's a good opportunity. If price rejects the red box and then comes down a little bit again, to start entering your longs. And the reasoning is exactly the same, because it's going to be very easy to risk manage. All you need to do is use this area over here as your stop loss, and maybe give it a little bit of range, just again not to be liquidated. So yeah, for the short term, this is your charts. This is what we are looking at. It's actually looking rather nice. Very nice chart to analyze. What else can we do? Well, maybe a little bit of Fibonacci magic. We can take the low over here, go all the way up to the high, and then let's see the... Oh my god. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna redo it. I'm going to set the Fibonacci over here. It's gonna be easier to read. Yeah, there we go. So the 382 is sitting right here on the yellow node. the 618 actually at the bottom of the red box, and a little bit inside the red box we have the 0.5 on the Fibonacci. So this is actually not bad. Potential areas for support and resistance. Same thing over here on the yellow zone. We already see also that the price has bounced on the 0.5. So if we see some continuation without too much resistance, then potentially, yeah, we are going to see price reach even higher. But let's go one level at a time, one step at a time. So yeah, maybe we want to look at the higher time frames, see what the higher time frames do have in store. What do we see over here? I'm going to remove this this reading, and let's have a look. Let's have a look. Right here on the higher time frames, there is not really a bullish divergence just yet. And this is on the 10-hour chart. Maybe we could consider this one over here. Let me zoom that out. Maybe we can consider yeah, this one over here to be a local low. It's a little bit, I don't know if I would like to call this a local low. So potentially, yeah, maybe this could be a bullish divergence, but it will be confirmed once we see the price action again break out of this red box, and this would be your full-on confirmation that we are going to see continuation to the upside. So the long term actually does agree. Seeing the price come down a little bit more is actually possible, because apart from this one, all these are just continuation drives pushing price down. So yeah, again, it's a story that that can go both ways, just like a pride parade. I'm sorry, I hope nobody is offended, but yeah, this is just the way it is right now. Bitcoin moving very sideways, and the real opportunities, the really big trades will be found once the price starts to take a momentum and break out and keep the trend going. Trading with the trend is always a lot more easy, and you will be a lot more comfortable making larger trades than sitting within a range, because you know, when you're trading within a range, you need to trade within the range. It's very tempting when you see price touch one range starting to go up. Then you think like, yeah, it's gonna break through, and then you're holding on too long until actually it's not even worth getting out anymore, and then you stay stuck in the trade, or you flip it around, you make it a short, but then basically you shorted the bottom, and then it keeps going up again. And you know, I hate making large trades during a range. Sometimes I would just make small ones, just because, you know, I enjoy trading, and you know, I like doing it. It's a fun game, especially, you know, putting some money where your mouth is. You know, I feel sometimes I need to do this. Like I do an analysis, I give you guys some advice, then you know, the question is to me like, okay, would I myself be comfortable playing the game the way I said it? And this is what's always going through my mind when I'm doing these analyses. I'm analyzing this just as I do analyze it for myself, and these are also the ranges and positions that I am looking for. Okay, so yeah, Charles asks to check the higher time frame on 15 minutes. What do you mean, Charles? 15 minutes is a low time frame. So what do you understand by checking the higher time frames on the 15 minutes chart? Do you mean the macro of the picture? but seen from the 15-minute chart, or what do you mean? I can already open the 15-minute chart, but why is this loading so slow? Okay, here we go. Here we go. So, yeah, potentially, I don't really enjoy looking at a chart like this, but basically it agrees with what I'm saying. All these areas over here are actually confirming that this is a lower high, and if this one breaks below, well, let's say at the very least 57,000, and at furthest 56,300, I would consider this a local high, and then we do have the bearish divergence confirmed. So what do you say? What's the possible high that BTC price can reach in 15 minutes? Honestly, honestly, I don't know. It's even possible that right now this is already your high, and that slowly it's gonna start turning down. If it doesn't turn down, then potentially, yeah, maybe going up to 58,800, 59,000 would be nice, because this is where your continuation of the uptrend is confirmed. And then you should start looking for an entry of a long position on the rebound to the downside. So don't try to jump on a trade too early, unless if you are already on a trade right now. But if you are in a trade and you entered, for instance, over here, then over here I would already be taking profit. I'm not closing my position completely, but I would already be taking profit for a big chunk. Then maybe if it goes further up over here on this level, this is where I would take most of my profit at about 58,800, 58,900, something like this. And then on the way down, just look for a potential long entry, because by that time we will have confirmed that there is going to be continuation to the upside. So then every swoop to the downside is your opportunity to get in. So always think like this: just let the price go wherever it wants to go, and think about what this area would mean, and then you enter on the rebound. When it bounces and rejects the area where you have followed the price towards, then you know, okay, it's rejecting the upper side, it's gonna come down. This is where I want to enter my long, because it's gonna make a higher high. Okay, so then you know at least that you will have this range over here as a profit, and everything above it you can just take small chunks of profit on top of it. But yeah, don't think of it like don't do it prematurely, like seeing this, thinking like, oh yeah, this is gonna come down, so I'm going to enter my short here, and then maybe it's gonna pounce here. No, first thing, when you look at a chart, always think about, okay, where could it go if it goes up? Where could it go if it comes down? Question number one, and you let it ride. And then if you have made these two assumptions already, then you start measuring out with the RSI and with all the indicators that you use, like, okay, if it goes up, is there a chance for a bullish divergence, a bearish divergence, or is it going to be a continuation? So you have to ask these questions Like, okay, what will a bullish divergence look like if it comes down? What will a bearish divergence look like if it goes up? And where is my confirmation that this is right? Okay, if you see a nice continuation on this signal here, then you know that on the way down, it is a buy the dip situation. So you can enter a little bit of a long, enter a little bit of a long, just all the way down, just dip it in, dip it in, dip it in, and just on the way up, you let it ride. Same thing with price going down. Price goes down, and what do? You think about, okay, which ranges could give me a bullish divergence? And then, okay, if the range is respected and it goes up, then okay, yeah, you could enter a little bit of a long. Maybe there's going to be a little bit of a bounce. You can take more of a bounce. But if the range breaks and you see continuation to the downside, then you just let it ride. You wait for the bounce up. And this is where you start entering shorts. And okay, it goes a little bit higher. You short again, but you know that the trend will be set because of this. And then you start taking action. Okay, it's very important to set up your trades in this order, because otherwise you're always going to be a little too early or a little too soon. And you want to know exactly where the edges of the trade will be. Yeah, so yeah, long story short, but I love to talk about technical analysis and all these things. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. Now, finally, let's wrap this story up. We're going to look at the dollar. Let's see what the dollar is going to do. Right now, oh yeah, 15-minute chart. Jesus Lord Christ, crazy time. Right now, what do we see? This is a continuation pattern. Okay, so the local low is sitting over here. Those two, I don't really want to look at them anymore, because this is the edge. This is the last low of what was a bullish divergence, completely played out, bounced off of bearish divergence, just like what we're seeing with Bitcoin right now, and price going down. Now, there could be a little bit more continuation to the downside, but the lower it goes, the worse it's going to get. So yeah, dollar looks actually like it's ready to break down, especially on the 1-hour chart. Let's have a look at the 10-hour chart. Let's see what this tells us. Yeah, 10-hour chart, a little bit of a different story. Could still bounce up and make a bullish divergence, especially even with this area over here. So this is actually rather strong. Yeah, short term, I would say potentially it could come a little bit lower. Take some support in the orange box and then start building up a little bit more and moving back up. So yeah, dollar actually on the longer term has more potential. Short term, I would say chances that there is going to be a little bit more pressure down. Now let's compare this to the E-mini futures, to the traditional markets. And yeah, over here, we just have, this is a beautiful continuation, right? So you see this higher high on the price action, higher high on the RSI. Even if this thing comes down, it's not a problem. This is where you buy the dip. Okay, this is what you want to be waiting for, and then you just let it come down, and on every large node you start taking long positions. You get in longer, and that's this is where you are acting reactively, not prematurely. Okay, so always think about these things, like is this a turnaround area? If so, where can it go? And is it going to make a higher low, or is it going to break down? So yeah, you always need to find a way, or you need to think about a way to be able to think 2, 3, 4 steps ahead. Um, right? So now, finally, the Bitcoin dominance. Have we looked at this? The Bitcoin dominance looks like shit. Really, it looks so bad. I think for the Bitcoin dominance, it's going to be more pressure down. Maybe a little bit of sideways. Maybe trying to do something, but yeah, I think for now the party of Bitcoin taking the lead and doing its own thing is a little bit over, and we can basically see this also in all the altcoins that we see over here. It's altcoin madness right now. EOS 4%, Tron BTC 6%. What else is there? Kyber 5, Tezos 6% on the 24-hour chart. IOTA 11% compared to BTC. Doge is lagging behind, almost 1%. Yeah, as Charles is asking, Binance. Let's look at Binance. Binance is doing great. Binance 7.15 percent up compared to BTC. So over the BTC chart, really nice. What is up with this chart? Jesus, this crap is lagging bad. Okay, so 10-hour chart. 10-hour chart, we could be seeing a little bit of a pullback. It could, a little bit of a pullback could happen. Of course, we do have these levels over here that would be acting as support, and everything is actually looking okay as long as we don't break the 0.0045 Bitcoin. Let's look at the 1-hour chart, because this could be a little bit more indicative. And yeah, potentially there could be a little bit of yeah, it looks a little bit like a bearish divergence, but it's not confirmed as long as we don't have a change of momentum, and that would be over here breaking the, and this is not really a local low, but still I would mark it off a little bit like this. And all these, they're really not real local lows. Maybe this one over here, and then this. You know what, I'm going to put the horizontal raise that we are having over here, something like this, and something like this, and then of course one more over here. There we go. All right, so yeah, we do have some potential areas for support, and this is on the BTC pairing. But the one thing that I find so attractive to Binance Coin, is actually the emergence and big emergence of DeFi projects. And really, I'm talking about really interesting, well worked out DeFi projects on the Binance Smart Chain, with one good thing, that is that the gas prices are just pennies to the dollar compared to Ethereum, where on Ethereum you're gonna pay easy over $100 per DeFi transaction. I think on Binance Smart Chain, it's more like $1 per DeFi transaction. So even if Binance Smart goes to the BNB goes to $2,000 like Ethereum, then the gas fees are still only going to be like $5. So really great job from Binance to get this issue with the gas fees under control. And I think this could be your opportunity. This could be the next smart chain, the smart blockchain that will have its time in the sun. And I've been saying this for a long time. The one that gets DeFi to work without these incredible high gas fees, this is going to be the new up and coming rallier. So yeah, Binance, keep a close eye on it. Right now on the dollar price, it's sitting at 415 USD. But I think, comparing this to Ethereum, we could see a similar price rally emerge on the Binance Smart Chain. So yeah, keep your eyes on this one, guys. I think this could be your next mega pumper. But yeah, on that note, guys, I hope this was interesting and this was helpful. I hope to see you guys tomorrow, same time, same channel, same chart, same channel, 5:30 p.m. UTC. I wish you guys the best of the best. Very, very great trades and good opportunities. Be careful, especially playing the Bitcoin game. We are sitting a little bit between two ranges. So if you're not yet in a position, good for you. Just wait it out. If you are in a position, then make sure that you keep your eyes on the ranges. Set your mental stop losses and thingies. And worst case scenario, don't hit yourself over the head. Just look for the next opportunity. Be patient for the next opportunity. Okay, don't be searching for it. Let it reveal itself. All right. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same channel. I wish you the very best and have a great evening or rest of the day or whatever. Thank you very much, guys. Bye bye.